kills that they could get onto you, and you don't want those kills to
Yes.
be free because it's like this is card time. It should not get away with anything. Like they should not
Yeah.
get your gun. They should not get your sniper. Your sniper. Oh, gone. No problem.
Okay, so is it on recording right now? Okay. Well, I mean, we just went over crit stickies and the fact that they're gonna sack in for us.
Yeah.
No, there's no need to repeat that. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. With all
Hey,
that card time.
Edgebox, our sniper's here.
Okay,
Trash.
perfect. Because I'm about to discuss the important sniper thing. With all of that card time being covered and all the sacks being committed into you, you guys should be expecting for their sniper to start peeking from here. This is a huge sideline for him to peek. And he's gonna be most likely protected with his NG and scout who are sitting on cart pushing it. And for your sniper, it is very important for him to get tanked here with healing and make sure that you guys are peeking with him. Because this is an SVS that he will be forced to take, and if he wins this SVS, it means that the cart is gonna be uncontested for him to peek out and shoot. This is usually a throwaway point for most, but your sniper's life is probably very important here because off of your sniper just winning the SVS, you would be able to, I'd say, get a lot of free time just like picking off targets one by one.
I just wanted to say I can't stay. I'm like 20 minutes away.
Okay. Will you pop in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're probably in the car. Okay. Well, no worries. Look, I'll relay everything that you'll be missing.
When defending, some teams like to put their heavy and scout in the house, which I think is a fine play. I personally am not the biggest fan of putting sniper anywhere in here because, as I've said, I think this is a huge sideline for the sniper to hold down, and playing it safe and playing with your team would be able to enable you more. But putting a heavy and scout in here and dropping down once the cards gets to like this hill is pretty big because it's gonna slow down the card. This is the part of the map where if there is no like card being pushed, it's eventually gonna drop down, even if it's on here and you kill the people, and the card just will have to go down here, which is gonna take away like at least 5 seconds if you guys play it properly. So you guys can just coordinate the moment the card gets to up here, your heavy decides to drop down there, die for it alongside your scout, and as a result of it, you just won yourself like 15 seconds because their card pushers will also have to spawn.
I would
start pushing
like to ask a question. So Spy normally calms on this map. I know some really good spots to hide as like Spy with Cloak and Dagger. However, when Heavy and Scout are in there, two things. So one time we tried to do that, and then their Pyro and their Spy coordinated on to House and prevented us from doing that. So I would assume we just need to be more vigilant, you know? Be more vigilant about that. And then when
a team... Sorry, go on.
No, you go first.
I think if a team plays into something like that, it's just something that you will have to accept. At the same time, though, you should be expecting them to realistically check it, because their spy can just come through here with Invis and see everything for himself and then call you out. And the moment you guys are looking to drop them, they're already going to be prepared for it and going to be ready to attack you.
So this is my question, though, for this. Can Spy go in on that sack for cart? Is that a good play?
I think it is because of the fact that you're able to get picks on card, but you need to make sure that you are the one calling it for the people in the house, because if they're playing up for it, this might be much more difficult for your team to play. Like, for example, if they're getting ready to like kind of like preparing to like look over the house, look over the roof and make sure that you guys die, you guys need to make sure that it is coordinated and you guys go at the same timer, so it's either you getting the kills by backstabbing them or your heavy and scout dropping down and mowing them down.
Got it.
After that play is done, though, I don't think you can repeat it a second time. You can try. I'm not sure if it will work in amateur or not, but I usually find it to be kind of useless. And at the same time, think about it like this. If you as a spy die in all of this time that's being covered here, you'd probably have a lot of time to come back to this exact point and find yourself a spot to hide and calm from.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, for sure. As I said, I personally do not prefer sniper playing here. I do not like this. I think this is sacrificing a lot of free kills your sniper can get over a chance to get a kill on their medic, which is not worth it. We'd rather take the guaranteed kills because they will have to peek this than take something that can be cleared in the house. And like it can be very easily avoided if the team plays up for it. This, however, it cannot be avoided because if your whole team picks out with the sniper, they're just gonna have to like brute force their way into this SVS and make sure that their sniper like gets the win. And if he doesn't, they're kind of fucked because they have to push so much over the card time.
Yeah. Okay.
most of the time they will try to pressure you guys out from the corners. Like they're just gonna be looking to spam you guys out of there, and once they have space up to probably those boxes, this is realistically should be the time to get out for you. Do not hesitate to get out, because a good team would be able to, the moment they see you come out of there and leave, they will be looking to walk to here and instantly collapse onto you. And then it's just like a lot of kills that they are going to get for free, which is something you don't want to happen. I'd say if the card is probably... Honestly, if the card is like up here, it's for sure you get out. If it's up here, it's 50. It depends on what your demo sees and what your sniper sees and what the situation is. Because if your sniper is up, as I've said, this is a point you can hold for at least a minute.
Okay.
If not more. I think even throwaway points can be held for longer than people think. It's just something that you have to be prepared for, and it's much more difficult to be ready for. Alright. Second defense, the gun is either around here or around here. Personally, I think this gun is worse because it's much easier to spam out during the Uber. So like they could just send an Uber here and your gun is already dead. So I'd rather have the gun over here. It makes it a bit more difficult for an NG to reconnect with the combo. But I think that overall it produces a better effect for your team because of the fact that, again, they cannot kill both the gun and force you out with the Uber. Which is something that they're looking to do tonight. They're looking to... Like, they're going to be looking to use into you specifically to get your Uber out of the equation. Your medic generally should stand in this spot. I think that instead of your medic having to stand in here, which is something I see a lot in lower divs, this will be like a potential risk in which the medic cannot move, and also is at a risk that, like, for example, if a flock pyro comes in and your medic doesn't react fast enough, your medic is just going to get melted. Whereas on here, like, your medic is completely safe. People can come over to this angle to get buffs from here, and I think this is what should happen. They should just come over here. Like, the heals come, like, you guys come to your medic for heals, not your medic walks to you and heals you here. Because this is a very safe spot for your medic to stand. Your pyro could the perfect pyro gameplay on here is literally standing here, looking at what is happening. At the moment the exchange is happening, you call it out, and you stand in the doorway. You don't come any further, you don't look to take it deep into them. All you have to do is stand in the doorway and press M2. Like, the thing with overcommitting here is that you're making your job much more difficult and making it that people can slide through. For example, I've seen some people take the Uber onto, like, let's say, demo heavy, and I've seen some heavies be able to just slide through because the whole Uber is focused on air blasting them, and the pyro ends up here while their heavy is here, and the flash is still on the heavy, so heavy can like kill a free demo standing here or like something for free, you know. As I've said, it usually, in my opinion, should just be a solo onto your pyro. Your sniper, I'd say that a lot of the times on this map, this is the map where you just rotate out to the calls. Holding this angle for the sniper, in my opinion, is kind of, you know, bad. Holding it from stairs is eating spam. Holding it from here is forcing yourself into, like, spam, you know. I think the much better spot to hold on is right here, because you can look into tunnel, and you can also look into side tunnel and secure those two sidelines, as well as assist your engineer with his gun, because otherwise they'd be able to spam it.
It is also difficult for some spies to get up into that area because there's a pyro actively looking around. And I mean, if a spy's there, spy brains are like, what if I try going for the medic stab and then they die?
Yeah, and this is why this angle is so good, because your medic cannot get stabbed. Like, if your medic plays your back against the wall, like, there is nothing that the spy can do unless he, like, decides to decloak and 3-shots him, which should not happen, because your pyro is playing near the medic and making sure that this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
When I say standing here, I primarily mean it we're doing the exchange, by the way. Like, as your medic is calling, for example, like, we both have, get ready for an exchange. If it's a call that your medic makes, your pyro needs to be, like, on the top of it. If your pyro decides to run off for ammo here, it means that they're going to be able to flood in for free, and it's going to be complete dog shit for your team, because you don't have a pyro to deny it, and they can take all the space they want in the apartments.
What's your opinion on standing in the far left corner as pyro, right there where you're looking?
Right here?
Not the stairs. Look to your left. Look to your left.
Over here?
Yeah, up there, in that corner.
I personally don't think it really... Well, the issue with it, you don't really want to stand anywhere. Because, like, while you can see what's happening to your medic, you also have the ability to just press W on 1 and, like, make sure that the spy doesn't get through. And this is a very easy place for you to spy check in, because this is, like, close quarters, and the spy just is not going to be able to come through and do anything for free.
Okay.
I did not mention the flank for a while, and I think this is kind of an important discussion. Your side tunnel existence is very important because if their sniper gets to set up in here, it's gonna indirectly fuck over your entire combo by making you have to either deal with the sniper with taking this SVS, which is something that defense snipers really don't want to do, or you have to like actively commit resources into it. So how I would play it is usually it's Soldier Scout in here. Soldier plays a bit deeper, but he does not commit for anything. You don't have to play it like this. You don't have to play deep inside of them. You don't have to try to come to here and spam them out on card. All you have to do is to secure the side tunnel and make sure that like nothing gets in for free. You can literally just keep spamming it over and over and over and build up your banner slowly but surely, because that way you're gonna be able to secure it more safely. You don't have to actually white peek them to take the fight there because of the fact that you have splash. Your scout should be probably just running around and making sure the spy doesn't come through for free. This is kind of going to be the area where he's going to be hanging out for the most part. Like I'd say above here is the prime spot because he can spot whatever is happening on the pack. For example, if a spy decides to pick up the ammo, he can very easily see that. As well as whenever his soldier calls for him to commit, or like the soldier calls that they're looking to take the fight here, your scout can drop down and help the cleanup for your soldier, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I think if anybody is keeping eyes on main, it should be your sniper sitting over here. Like, your sniper should just be locking it down, because this is an SVS that's gonna be impossible for them to take. I'm pretty sure you can climb on this lamp, yeah.
Yeah, our sniper is really, he really wants to use the lamp. He found it the other day, and he's like, Stevie, this is like this has the opportunity to be a really powerful like spot.
Oh yeah, it is. But the important thing with it is that, as with any class on this hold, you guys come to your medic. Your medic will never be rotating out to you. You need to make sure that you guys are buffed up. You need to make your medic's life easy by making sure you get buffs over in this corner. Because from this range, the medic is just going to be able to heal you up. And if you have crit heals, this is just like free time for you, because one, you can help your medic build with crit heals, and two, you can make sure that it's easier for you to take fights because you're constantly healthy. I think for flank, it's also very important to rotate out for healing. Like, just quickly, like, making sure that you get the heals there. For example, like your flank scout, your scout on flank just decides to run back and quickly calls over for the soldier to like wait a bit, gets a full buff, and then recommits back. I think that is very strong on this map. I believe it's 10 seconds for a full crit heal, but 5 seconds for like half a crit heal, I'd say. The full crit heal would go like, I think, quadruple, from what I remember. Or triple, I actually do not remember. Okay, let's go to third defense. I know a lot of lower divs teams love to hold up on top, but I think holding on top puts a lot of pressure onto your sniper, because this is an angle from which the sniper can easily pick off whoever is holding here. Plus, I think there is not a good spot for your medic to be in when holding here. This is kind of bad. Like, this is just a corner he's backing off from, and if anything decides to walk through Red Room and like spam him out directly, it's just gonna suck. Let me quickly remove the door in here. Holding in here is probably the only good spot, but your combo needs to play up in here, and it's just gonna be a bit of a clusterfuck because this is a choke you're basically playing in. So instead, what most teams do, especially in higher divisions, is that they decide to play in silos or lower. They're gonna set up around here, securing that, like making sure that it doesn't peek the sideline from over here, but also like watches the card itself. Your sniper generally can play in this area, either taking the SVS in here with a buff, or looking into the card directly. However, your sniper needs to be aware that if he's playing here, he is most likely isolated from his team. I think that your demo can also like very easily spam the card out from here, but you need to make sure that whoever is in here does not get to set up their sniper there for free. Because if their sniper is set up there, you're completely fucked. This is where their flank is looking to get their sniper. This is the optimal position for him, because if their sniper can peek out into your spawn, then that means the point is most likely like not going to be winnable unless you guys do something about it quick. The exchanges on this are going to be much better for you because you guys don't have to walk into them. You guys are sitting in under, and they will have to drop down from high ground to low ground to take it into you and do anything to you. But you need to be prepared for it. You need to like actively discuss it while you guys play. Make sure that you know where the medic is coming from. For example, if they decide to exchange from bedroom, they're looking to drop down from here. If they're exchanging from main, they're Ubering from this side. Like it's something that just needs to be discussed, and you guys need to make sure that it's not a surprise when the Uber comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in particular that you want me to also go over those 3 points?
What's Spy's role for defense on second and third? I mean, obviously keep my comms up, and if I have to get an important stab, do so.
Alright, so I'd say on second, at the early beginning, most teams are either looking to sack into you, or they are looking to like get an Uber exchange out of the way so that they can play their team inside tunnel instead. Like inside of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And as it's happening, all you really need to do is call out for your team where they're going here. Once they end up exchanging, and once they do not have Uber, I'd say you can afford yourself to play much deeper in here, and basically kind of look over what's happening in tunnel. Your flank, and I think for you, it would be very big to listen to your flank here, because again, this sniper should not be allowed to stand in this angle. So if your flank is calling that they're looking to set up their sniper there, and you're standing over here, make sure that you direct your eyes there and call out that you can decloak on them, and they can start like pressuring them out. So you guys just sandwich them between either a spy or a soldier, like actively doing a shit ton of damage to them. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Okay, for third, I think that it's kind of a similar experience on third. This map is very centered around setting up your sniper on flank routes. So like in the boiler room, if you're able to make sure that you get in here, and as your soldier and scout are looking to fight this, you make sure that you decloak on the sniper, like the fight is already won. You don't even have to probably kill the soldier and the scout in here, because they themselves do not have any output on what is happening in here. They might be able to spam rockets from here and build up banner, but the only real threat of this hold is going to be the sniper peeking into your spawn and like getting the free kills on whoever is peeking cart and trying to defend it.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you coordinate with the flank a lot on what is happening in boiler and on side tunnel, because you have the eyes. I think for spy it's kind of stupid not to call anything, because you're basically free wall hacks, and treat yourself as such whenever you play. Treat yourself as free wall hacks for your team, and if your flank has free wall hacks, they know when to take a fight and who to take a fight against.
Yeah, I love calming a spy. It's something that I try to be good at. I think I do a pretty decent job at it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I let my team know where their sniper is when I spot them, so I mean...
Yeah. And if you don't spot the sniper there, you can also like use a method of deduction of where else the sniper can be. He can either be main or gonna be looking to peek from red room, but however, like as I've said, his peeks from here or from here are gonna be completely useless and denied if you guys are playing in silo.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you guys are playing at the top, not only do you make the this sightline much easier to hit, you're also opening yourself up to this sightline, opening up yourself to like a sniper deciding to Ferrari peek into you and try to get a kill onto you, and like a lot more stuff. Like the sniper could play over there, over here. Sniper could peek into main if he like gets the opportunity to do that. But yeah, I think though having a heavy here is pretty solid. Your heavy should be prepared that he's not gonna get a buff here unless the sniper is dead, however, because your medic is not allowed to peek out of here. Your medic is probably gonna be pinned in this part of the map and just spy checking for himself, making sure that nothing comes through. As I said, for Pyro, this is gonna be a very easy game because this is very close quarters. You don't have to spy check a whole lot, but you gotta make sure the spy doesn't get through for free.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. For defense, I think this is very dependent on the situation that's happening at hand. Say you guys got rolled to third, and you aren't able to take any ground here, in which case I would say that the best option for you would be rotating out all the way to here and trying to refight it from the house. Most of the time, because of how much card time they have, you would be able to at least have a certain effort to do that. because like think about it this way: if you guys are looking to refight the point, if you guys wiped on third and you have to fight fourth, and you have some like opportunities to do that, you fighting from low ground is gonna be like not doing any good for you because they can just spam you out here for free. Whereas if you guys rotate out to the house, you have the height advantage here. You can set up your sniper here or try to like make sure that your sniper peeks the shutter door as you guys peek from here. And once it happens, it's just gonna like make it much easier for you to retake the point rather than coming from lower side and getting mulched by their spam classes. But if you guys still are holding it and are able to hold it, usually the default is you have your demo spamming card from here. Your heavy is playing around here, making sure the head glitch spot is not like opened up. Your pyro is doing the pyro things. Your gun is standing over here, denying the sackers, or a bit more aggressive. I'll be honest with you. I do not know the exact positions of the gun. I know the general directions. I'd say your NG probably knows more about the gun than I do. Your medic can opt out to play over on here and make sure that he gives out buffs from here because his beam can extend this long for him and he doesn't have to play directly in here. Because if their demo knows it, for example, he can just arc over stickies and force your medic out for free. You don't want that for that to happen, so your medic can play over here. Maybe peek out a little if you guys are looking to walk directly into them. But this is something that needs to just be called, for example, for your demo. If he decides to aggress into them and sees an opportunity to mulch them and get free picks here, it's just something that your demo needs to call that, hey, I'm going to get aggressive here, and your team commits onto all of them together. I think that your sniper has pretty good opportunities to play either here or there, but I don't think he should, for the reason that this is going to isolate himself from his team, which is going to make him a much weaker class with no buff and a spy easily being able to decloak on him. So the best case of action for your sniper would unironically just be playing near your combo, getting the buff out, making sure that he's protected by both the gun and the pyro, and just kind of taking pot shots or like hard scoping into their garage and not letting their sniper do anything from this side. The moment they cap third, realistically they're going to be running a cart sack. This is a lot of cart time to cover. And to prepare for the cart sack, you guys can have your scout playing on the height over here, making sure that he quickly shoots down whatever is up there. You also need to make sure that you guys look up when you come from here, and make sure that nothing comes in for free and nothing gets the picks for free, as I've said. It's very preventable as long as you're prepared for it and as long as your team is thinking about it happening. And if it doesn't happen, then good, but you still need to make sure that you're prepared for it. As the sacks are happening, though, you need to also think about the fact that during this sack, a spy could easily get a decloak in, so don't just hyper-focus on whatever is coming in the air. Make sure that you have at least one person dedicated onto what is happening behind. I'd say that the best classes for denial of sacks in air would be Heavy and Scout, whereas your NG and your NG and Pyro could possibly look back and make sure the spy doesn't come in for free. If you trust your NG enough, you can probably have just your NG.
Our NG's very on it. He devotes a lot of time to that. I think our engineer will be able to do that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Just as with any other point, they're looking to set up their sniper in a certain spot, and this particular side of the map is going to be the part where they're going to set up. This is garage, and this is like you can see how strong this angle is if their sniper gets to there. And I think that this is probably one of the most difficult part of the map because the sniper getting to here is very hard to deny for even your flank, because your flank cannot play this deep, but they also cannot play like this far back, and they need to kind of make sure that the sniper doesn't get there. I'd say the best case of action for you as a spy would be to make sure that you call this and that you have your sniper taking this angle and making sure that their sniper cannot come from there.
Okay.
As well as you decloaking at the same time your sniper is calling that, for example, I'm peeking garage, or like I'm looking to take SVS here. Because it's either your sniper dies to the SVS but you get the sniper pick and you can make your team peek out here and take the fights, or it's you dying but your sniper gets the SVS one.
Yeah. At the end of the day, what matters is that the sniper needs to die.
Yeah. And your soldier can also just like try and bomb over here, try to do something to make sure that the sniper doesn't come here for free. I'd say that your scout and soldier could play deeper, could play like near here, but you need to make sure you guys get buffs. And like this is, as I've said, something important to do is making sure that you are available to get healed, because you taking a fight on 300 health is much better than you taking a fight on 200 health on soldier. Okay, let me quickly think if there's anything I'm missing out. Once you guys lose the height advantage on here and you guys are pushed out, it's basically going to be the same thing where you guys are looking to refight from this side. You can have your heavy try to do a similar play to first, where he's looking to drop down to here and stop the cart with his body. And I'd say as he does that, it's gonna be just like giving you at least some free time off the card, because if you get the kill, he gets the kills on here. This is, I'd say 20 seconds, 25 seconds that you get for free. So yeah, give me a moment. I hear my dog barking in the background.
No worries. That's true. Useful to know, useful to know.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello. No worries.
Okay, last, in my opinion, is a point that could be won entirely off of stacking for a cart. Oh, sorry, I forgot I'm on fucking defense. I'm stupid. My bad.
No worries, no worries.
Okay, defense time. Alright, so there are two spots for NG to put the gun. It's either over here or over here. I think this spot is much more like superior because this is too easy to spam out. Even though this spot covers less, it's just gonna be much more safe to have it in here and have your NG either just kind of wrangle it into them or make sure that like it just shoots it by itself. I've seen some teams do sacks into last. I'd say that the best way to prepare for it is just to make sure that they do not flood in from doors for free. So like for example, they might flood in from here, or a soldier usually bombs over here. For your NG, my best advice, do not pull out the Wrangler once they sack. Let the aimbot do its thing. Like, you don't have, like, you can still miss with the Wrangler even if it has aim assist. Whereas your gun is just never gonna miss because it's like, it's AI, you know?
Yeah.
Trust it a bit better too. Like, trust your gun to do stuff without you having to do anything. For you as an NG on here, you just gotta make sure the spy doesn't go for you. So like, make sure you lock down the door over here. As well as make sure that the spy doesn't get on your medic standing in here. Or anybody else just for free. I do want to preface this. This is an angle for sniper to hold. You can climb on top of this thing and jump on here. And then you're able to hold down this angle. I'm not sure if your sniper is aware of it. It's pretty good. I like it. I also am fine with sniper playing over here and just securing main though. Because the issue with this spot is, as I've said, your sniper cannot get buffed there. So your sniper might be just getting body shot for free there. Whereas if your sniper is here and he's near his medic, he can he might have the worst sightline when he's playing here, but he's much more safer because he cannot get body shot for free. Your heavy can generally play over here, just securing the window, or when the time gets desperate and they're looking to all commit for a cart, your heavy can play over here and just like mow them down as like a surprise. Your demo is looking to spam cart. This is very good spam for demo. You're on high ground. This is basically like, it's free real estate for you. You can sit in here, spam stickies out, and you don't have to do anything. It's gonna probably be the most boring gameplay you've ever had, but like, this is like all you need to do if they decide to just like feed people on cart one by one. As for flank classes like your scout and soldier, your soldier would be looking to hold in here and secure, like make sure that nothing just comes through. Your soldier does not have to play deep like in second. Like your soldier doesn't have to peek out in here, doesn't have to do anything. He literally can just, if he wants to stand aggressive and be ready to get out, he can play by this window and quickly jump out of it once he like sees that too many people are pressuring him. If he wants to play passive, he can play by here. because he's got the pack. He's basically safe here. But he needs to be aware of the spy decloak on here, because if he's hyper focused on whatever's happening in there, the spy can get him for free. Your scout is doing kind of a similar thing on the other side of the map, where he's looking to spot as to what is going to happen, and give out the calls for you. Your scout doesn't have to take any fights in here. Your scout literally just needs to be the eyes for your combo to be prepared for their Uber or their pressure. This is one of the points on which setting up the sniper for them is going to be very difficult, but if they are going to set it up somewhere, it's going to be over on this angle, and they're going to do that with with taking the Uber from here.
Okay.
I'd say the Uber from here is very hard to deny, so it's, as I've said, something that needs to be called out before it happens. So it's either on you as a spy to call it out, or on your scout to call out that, hey, they're coming here with the Uber, they're looking to exchange there. Because usually the exchanges are very telegraphed when people come from point to point, you know? So you would be able to understand what they're looking to do with their medic being there.
Okay.
If you are able to rotate out fast enough, you can basically stuff out this doorway or stuff out the window with the Uber being used onto you, and then it's going to make their exchange obsolete and their sniper is not going to be able to set up in here. As I said, your heavy is looking to secure this window for their sniper to not be able to peek for free, and if the sniper is called there by your heavy, your demo also needs to at least try to shoot some pipes, or your sniper needs to try to take that angle alongside the heavy. Because the sniper is going to get juggled here. This is something important about SVS on defense. You do not want to take SVS when it's just you versus him. You do want to take SVS if it's him versus like you plus somebody else. Generally at least like 1 or 2 more players with you. Because that way, even if you lose the SVS, you're still going to be able to like apply the pressure onto him so that even if he gets the kill, he's going to have to rotate out. He's not going to be able to hard hold the angle. Whereas if you peek into him for free and you lose the SVS, then he has the free angle. Some teams exchange from here. This is going to be a completely terrible exchange for them. And as I've said, if you guys are prepared for it, this is just your Pyro's like dream where he can just hold M2 and doesn't have to move anywhere. He can hold M2, pressure them into this corner, then WM1 them. Card sacks is something that is very important to deny on here, because this is like a lot of the times they can just get the card off by like feeding into it over and over. And once they do not have Uber, this is something that they will probably do, because they just need to make sure that this time, like, they're not just sitting here building Uber, you know? They're going to be looking to sack for cart, and you guys just need to be prepared to look out for it. Look out for who's going where if you see it, and make sure that it's going to be denied. Your demo should be primarily looking to focus on this. He should not be looking to try to like take any fights in lobby or anything of the sort, because again, just play the high ground here and trust other classes to deal with whatever threats are coming from other doorways.
Alright.
Anything else? I'm not sure if I'm missing anything.
Not that I can think of. I mean, my goal as a spy, I mean, for certain teams, if a team is really uncoordinated, sometimes when they go in for the sack, I've gotten like some 3 chain stabs, like whenever they try their cart sack. So, do you think if a team is particularly uncoordinated and they're on last attacking, that it would be a good idea to just be a spy and rotate between, you know, what I need to calm out and then checking tracks so that I can, kill a bunch of cart pushers or possibly their sniper?
I think you killing cart pushers is good. But it all depends on how uncoordinated the team is, because you denying the cart pushers from here is actually very good, because it helps your team a lot. And I think that this is the right play. However, if a team is so uncoordinated and they barely can get out their medic out of here, feel free to just like YOLO decloak onto their medic and try to 3-shot him. I'm not sure if you're the spy that like runs with Ranger or Revolver, but I highly advise Revolver, just because of the fact that you can 3-shot. Yeah. Like you can YOLO decloak onto them, and they're like, if they're sitting in here AFKing, just YOLO decloak onto them. And if their sack is completely denied, you guys don't have to feel afraid to come out of here and retake fourth. Because you can retake this as long as your heavy is, like, you're making sure that your heavy is sitting on cart if it's, like, over here.
Yeah.
Your heavy is just looking to sit on here with fists.
Or no spy cap, you don't want to get spy
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
You don't want the spy to cap it for free, you don't want anything to, like, basically kill your heavy for free. If your heavy sits on here, and like they're like if you're still holding last and your heavy has to sit on here, don't try to do anything with the minigun, because this is gonna be a completely terrible range for you to do anything of value, you can just sit on here with fists, like occasionally spy checking, making sure that you're hard to hit by like looking at the cart and hiding your head in the fist, either by like looking up like a weirdo and like doing some weird shit. Just make sure that the sniper doesn't get the damage on you for free.
Got it.
Your heavy might need to be tanked here by your medic, but that is for your heavy to call out and less so for your medic to be able to. Because only your heavy sees what pressures him out there. And as they pressure their heavy, like as they pressure your heavy, make sure that your demo is supporting him by spamming whoever is pressuring him.
Alrighty. Useful.
Yeah, I'd say if your heavy is dead, you have your soldier drop down just because it's the second healthiest class. Your demo need to drop down. Your pyro does not need to drop down unless you have to Uber in and air blast them off the cart. You can literally just play here and like allow yourself to be safe. I think on demo especially, you really don't have to. You don't need to bother with dropping down from this part of the map.
Useful. Okay. Very good.
I have 10 minutes for the...
We have 10 minutes, however, just saying, I'm not going to be ringing. I think 2 people here have agreed to ringing, but I have my own recording software. I can record if you want to go into detail, that's fine. I believe we'll still have Juicebox and Weber still attending, our Sniper and our Demo, which are 2 very important classes. So, Really? Oh, I thought you already... Okay, I think Art only has one. In that case, then, we can just wrap it up in normal time, I believe. So I'm going to use the restroom, and you can continue, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I'm back.
Okay, no problem. Alright, so when you guys are looking to offend, it's very easy for you to get, for any player, to get lost in like talking about the game state, talking about like a log or something, seeing how many kills you got and being like, haha, look at how many kills I got. Or looking at their like sniper demo stat and being like he's this bad, he went like 2 and 11. But you really have this window, and this is a perfect opportunity for you to see what they're looking to do. Whether they're gonna send anybody in house, where they're gonna put up the traps. You can see all of it through window, and you can discuss it and discuss how you guys are looking to approach it. Who's gonna like secure? Who's gonna deal with whoever is in house? Who's gonna like deal? Like, how are you gonna sack here? What are you sacking for? What are you gonna do once the point is capped? You have a whole minute to discuss the state of the game and how you guys are looking to approach both first and second. And use this time wisely. Because, like, as funny as it is to talk over logs or talk over any, like, silly hat that you wear, I feel like the best way to practice is to utilize the time that you have by talking about the actual game, you know? Alright. As I said earlier, this is a lot of card time to cover. Generally, people just sack over here, and something that I advise you to do as well. Just make sure that as your card is being pushed, you guys are having sackers in here. Your spy needs to kind of rotate out and invis and make sure that the house is either clear or doesn't have, or like if it has anything, it's called out and is going to be pressured out with your team. He can just literally decloak on whatever is in here, as long as your team and whoever is on cart is getting ready to pressure them. Because again, they're probably not expecting coordination, and this is something that even your spy told you about, where a pyro and spy were just able to pressure out whoever was in your house. You can do the same to other teams. Alright, this is a sightline for your sniper to be set up in. I will be honest, I think if your sniper gets up to this sightline, he does not have to turn around at all, and if something stabs him, it's on the fault of whoever is pushing cart in here. But it's only once the cart is pushed here. If the cart is pushed, like, if the cart is over here and your sniper is still hoarding here, your sniper needs to be aware that there is nobody who's gonna be sitting on him. Let's see. Generally, for whoever is on card, usually NG Scout, make sure that you are not a free kill to the spy, and make sure that you guys are just shooting in random directions as you guys are pushing card, seeing where the spy can be, because this is downtime for you. You guys don't have a whole lot of things to do while you're on cart. You can just basically waste your ammo because you got infinite amount from the cart, and see where the spy could be. And once you see where the spy is, he's basically called out for you, and you either can, if you really want to, a scout can just commit onto him and get the free pick, or you can just basically know where he is and force him out to rotate out to a different position. But yeah, set up. Make sure your sniper is set up here. Make sure that you guys pressure them out of this point by having people bomb over and basically take this ground, and you guys should be good. If they're very slow to get out, so like you guys are here and your demo sees it and he like sees the opportunity to come through and like collapse onto them, your demo can freely do so. I think this is a good play, and I think even if your demo dies in here, it's still gonna be a good trade to like get the gun and the NG out of it, or like get a force out for him to die. Bringing your medic out, I think bringing your medic out from the log is a bit more risky, so I as a medic always prefer to wait for the shutter to get open and then I come through the shutter itself, because on the log there are a lot more decloak spots that you can be like not as aware of. Like for example from the tree, or like even over here the spy can just stand here and decide to decloak and just quickly jump you. So it's much harder to rotate out from the log, and if the spy just decides to revolver you down, it's going to be much more harder. Whereas if your medic just comes from this wall side, it's not as easy to make yourself a free kill. If you guys want to exchange fast into apartments and get the Ubers out of the equation, you perfectly can. A lot of exchanges that I see are gonna be pyro. Give me a moment. Just gonna quickly open up the shutter. The exchanges in here are gonna be pyro demo. I know that some people like Mantred soldier with beggars coming in with the pyro. Your pyro looking to air blast. Your Mantred soldier in here is to force. Or what more advanced teams do is they would have their pyro they would have a pyro scout uber where your scout is looking to commit into their medic to quickly force him out. And as he forces him out, like your medic is looking to drop down to here and fight with whoever is going to be in tunnel. I think in general though for the medic it's good once the force is out to either commit back if your heavy's holding the door, or drop down depending on who's where. If this is for example a soldier pyro uber and your demo's playing in tunnel, your medic is perfectly fine dropping down and quickly, like as the uber is still happening, your demo's looking to meet them and get the last 3 flashes to quickly spam the gun out. Some teams like to secure the tunnel, so what they like to do is they like to at first send people to make sure that the tunnel is cleared, and after it's done, you rotate out to apartments and exchange from there. Something that you can also do. Be aware of the stickies here. Stickies can be hidden in the lamps, and over in this corner. Just general like awareness thing. Make sure that you don't get any, like you don't let them get any free kills from that. If you guys manage to the Uber on first, or their medic drops or anything of the sort happens, this is gonna be the freest Uber of your lifetime, just coming into second and just like having either your pyro W1 or your demo commit through. You can take it however you want and in whichever way you would like. It's all up to you. Because once you have ad, this is not a door they can hold easily. Their pyro, the thing with this exchange in particular is that if their pyro is shiny and Ubered, and he's just stuffing it with W1, sorry, with just M2, like you cannot do anything against it. Whereas if they are not shiny, like all it takes for your demo is to put 2 traps in here, come through and like destroy everything in here, because of how close it is, it's just like so choky that they will all end up taking damage. As all of it is happening in the combo though, you guys on flank gotta make sure that you set up your sniper over here. You have more rights to aggress into them if they are playing too aggressive into you, and play off their own aggression and feeding into you by punishing them for it and making sure that you secure the space. Once your sniper is here, this is a perfect sideline for him to just hold down as your combo does anything. Something I forgot to mention. If you exchange from apartments and decide to come back, feel free to rotate out into tunnel and look to drive from here. Basically making sure that the cart is being pushed, your demo's looking to spam gun. Your pyro is kinda on the spy check duty / air blasting the rockets from the wrangled gun. I'd say your NG is honestly a better spy checker on here, because your NG can push cart while spy checking, looking back for the team. So, as that stuff is being all happening, your scout soldier are setting up your sniper in here, and it's basically gonna force them to the point where they either have to address this or address this, and it's gonna be too much pressure for them to hold on to, and they will have to give it up. I'm sorry if I talk too fast.
No, it's
have to go soon.
I mean,
yeah.
No, please, no worries. I mean, it's not like too fast. We understand.
Okay. I don't have much time. I'll be honest. I have like 5 minutes, so I'll try to go fast here, a bit more faster.
Yeah,
than
thumbs
regular.
up. I mean, the main thing with apartments push is pretty notable. I think sometimes you get a little stuffed on third, and everything else we tend to do fine with. So like, maybe go into third with a little more detail than fourth and fifth.
Okay. The thing with offending third is that you guys need to set up your sniper here. This is where your sniper needs to be for you guys as a combo to be able to do anything. No matter where you take the Uber from, it's still gonna be dog shit most likely if they're holding here, because of the fact that they will have to pop so much like later than you do, and because of the fact that you guys have to drop down into them, and it's gonna result in a worse post. So if your sniper is not set up in here, this point is gonna be very difficult to win unless you guys are an ad and they're not playing up for it. If you guys are on ad, feel free to send it into them, especially if they're not just standing here AFKing, because those are free kills for your demo. I'd say this is not exactly the point on which you have to card stack, but you guys can also try that. I've seen some teams try and do that. Card stacking on here is going to be very difficult for you because it's very hard to flood in, you know? But if it's something that you guys find viable, please, like, give it a shot.
Got it.
But as I've said, the primary thing for you to focus down on is making sure that your soldier scout and maybe NG are able to get your sniper to here and get your sniper to peek out off of this sideline. Your sniper, in my opinion, should not be looking to play in combo here because there is not a sideline that he can hold that would be good for him. Because, for example, this sideline is very dependent on whether or not their sniper is going to peek it. And like as to holding from here, if they're in bunker and they're sitting there, he has to peek out like this to shoot anything. And realistically, he's not going to be able to do that because 1, there is a gun watching him, 2, there is a demo actively looking to spam anything out from there. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you need
Guys,
to...
what's your opinion on the drop down play?
what do you mean?
In drop down, like if you go to house, you know, like that little drop down area on your left there. On the,
Over here?
Yep.
I'd say that this is a one-off thing, and it'll probably not get you any pick that is valuable outside of engineer. Like if you mean this area, right?
I mean, I've killed their medic a couple of times. I just do it right after the shutter door opens up, and then I instantly just go there as like a feeding play.
Well, honestly, like as this scar time is being covered, first of all, if you're ending up like over here, for example, this might be honestly a good play for you to do in a way because of the fact that you're resetting yourself to get back into boiler and get to there. Now you can also.
What?
Sorry.
I can record the last few minutes of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
30.